Hello and welcome back. I am Mondef, of course, and I'm hitting the sky with a bucket. Yep. I'm back on the Vanilla Woods server playing more modded Minecraft. Let's see here. We're currently playing in Snapshot 14W08A, and I'm at my base. Well, of course. And Kyle's internet's having a bad day. Welcome to my life, Kyle. My internet has a bad life. Okay. So I've been doing some work around the place. You might have seen that, you know, I've done a little bit more digging down there at the bottom of the hole. Me and Palm, we've both kind of taken it upon ourselves to start working on this stuff. We've lined glowstone. Glowstone is now lined around all of the floors, which is awesome. Palm has started putting stone brick on some of the floors, and I've started doing some of the stone bricking as well. Not on the floors we can see here. Let's go down our extremely efficient down method. One more floor. Oh, see, yellow is finished. I think that was finished last time, but you can see white is starting to get worked on, which is great. And I've made a decision regarding the elevator. It's going to get torn out and redone, but we're not doing that today, so don't stress about that. The problem with the elevator is that, well... Oh yeah, I didn't ever wire that. It works sometimes. Sometimes it works great. Like right now. Nope, see? Fail. And then you die. Why you die? I don't know why you die. I was obviously on a slime block. Oh crap, load world. Jeez. I mean, this is obviously a slime block, so I don't know why you would die on that. But sometimes you die, so that needs some work. I just died landing on a slime block. So there's that. Yeah. And so this needs a complete redesign. Let's try this one more time here. I'm in a daring mood. Don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die! Don't fall! Okay, yeah. Most of the time you don't make it all the way to the top. So this needs a redesign. I've got a design that I'm working on. I think it's gonna work, and it seems very promising. I think my problem was that I started from somebody else's design. I don't mean that in any mean way. I really, really don't. It doesn't work in SMP. In multiplayer, if you've got a perfect ping to a high power server, this works great. Okay, so with that in place, this is SMP compatible. But let's face it, I do not. And Palm, who also plays on here, well, he lives halfway around the world, and so, from where the server is hosted, so he does not either. Okay? So, with those things in mind, I'm gonna have to redesign this in a way that's, the problem is it's too fast. The server and the client can't keep up and agree with each other. So I need to slow it down a little bit, which is like, oh, you gotta slow down this, it's gonna take forever to get up and down. No, it won't. It just needs to be a little bit slower so that instead of going up every single tick, maybe you go up every other or every three, one out of every 3 ticks or something like that. So, so I've got a design that I think is gonna work, get me there. Oh, there's the lag, and make that work for me. So yeah. So let's see. So I've done some digging. We've done some block placements. And you might notice I've got no tools on me. I was down in the strip mine, which is down that hole all the way to the bottom, and then weave around some stuff. And then there's a strip mine. And, well, I was digging a block, and I was like, ooh, I see lava right there, right? And so I'm like, I'm not going to dig the block I'm standing on, because I know there's going to be lava under here. But there's diamonds there, so I was like, okay. So I backed up, dug the block, and then I glitched forward, down inside of there, water rolled over it, there was obsidian above my head, and I died and lost all my stuff. So, I've got some backup tools, you know. They look like this. I've got you know, that's got knockback on it, so it sucks. That doesn't have efficiency, so it sucks. Alright, well, it's got Silk Touch on it, so... But still, no efficiency, so... Eh. And then no efficiency, so that sucks. So what am I gonna do? I don't know what I want to do. Well, it's really made it obvious to me that I need a good enchanting mechanism. And, in fact, a lot of the guys on the server need a good way to enchant stuff. So I've been voluntold to do a nice enchanting or experience farm. So I'm going to get together a few last things that I need to start work on my new system for the server, new server project. And I'll be right back. I'll meet you in the end. Alright, I've got everything that I'm going to use to start off with, and as you can see, it's not very much stuff, mostly because the less you bring, the less you can lose. Yeah, it's not exactly the safest place, the end, that is. So, yeah. So, if I remember right, this should give me a nice, that's not at all what I wanted to happen. Let's see. I don't remember how to do this correctly. And I'd want to be up here. Okay. Is that better? No, that was worse. Oh, it sounds okay. Got rid of my water block, but I think it did what I wanted it to. Probably get rid of the lava now. Water goes away so much faster now. It's fantastic. Love it. Alright, so it wasn't exactly the prettiest way to do that, but we should have... We do not have one that goes all the way down. That's because the water... Oh, the water got destroyed. Okie doke. So we're going to need to try that again. Back to the overworld to get more water. Okay, I got that all cleaned up. Now let's see if I can do this for reals. So that's going to flow like that. So we're going to have the lava flow here. And the lava there. Maybe? No. That's what we did first, isn't it? How did we do this? I don't remember. I'm probably making this much more difficult than it needs to be. Oh, poop. Alright. Back to the overworld one more time. Gotta get lava this time. And I'm gonna look up how to do this for reals. Because apparently... I don't remember. Okay, I looked it up. If this doesn't work, then I'm gonna be one upset Mondef. Alright, so you place the lava. You let it flow for a second. And you go one block over. And one block down. And you place the water. And nothing happens. This is good so far. You can see through the water that the lava is still flowing there. There is no cobblestone. We can confirm that by knocking this out. We can see the water right next to the cobble. Exactly the way that Minecraft physics says it shouldn't be able to happen. But there you go, it does. And then, by updating the lava water connecty flowy stuff, by removing the lava source block, and... we should be able to watch it if we scoot back far enough that we don't get glitched through the block. As the lava goes away, everybody gets updated, and we create a beautiful 1x1 cobblestone pillar. Alright. That'll work for now, even though it's further away from the platform than I would have liked. That's alright. Such is life. Now that will get us all the way to the bottom of the world, which is exactly what we wanted. How far are we from the bottom of the world, by the way? Let's let's see here. I am on Y level 49, so I'm going to need 48. Oh, that's not, I don't want to place that. So 48 ladders. Okie doke. That's a lot more ladders than I currently have. Is that enough ladders? Oh, wow. Look. That was really close. 47. That was awesome. Who needs math, right? The math teacher says, oh, you need math to succeed in life. She was wrong. You can just guess. Okay. Alright. And down we go. Uh-oh. I'm only placing a few ladders every once in a while. And I'm just going to be watching my Y value to get to know when I get towards the bottom of the world here. Hopefully I didn't mess it up by removing the lava too soon. I don't want to get myself burned. Or get the ladders to burn, that would be bad too. Oh wait, lava. I'm at Y level 18 already. It's awesome. It's very important. This is a very important step in building. Of course, this is in the end, so this is going to be a Enderman farm. It's very important that you get as low as you can in the world before you start construction on this thing, because how high you are in the world will load more chunks, which will make it look for more places for possibilities of spawning. I think that is the bottom. So let's see, I am on Y level 3, that'll be 2, that'll be 1. Okay, so that looks good. So you want to get as low as possible so that you're loading as little vertical chunks as you can. The last vertical chunks that you load, I am on the ladder. This is not a safe thing to do. There we go. So the less vertical chunks you load, the less air blocks it used to consider whether or not to spawn a mob, like a enderman. So, so the faster they will end up spawning in the long run. So yeah, that's why we do this thingamabob. Alright, now the next thing we want to do is get really far away from the island, because the island is in loaded chunks. And we don't want the island in a loaded chunk. So I'm going to go along here, and I'm going to be placing torches so that endermans don't spawn on my platform down on Y level 1, see me, get angry, knock me off, and make me lose my bucket. Because I don't want to lose my bucket of water or lava. Because I like my buckets. They're made of iron, and I need my iron right now. So I am now 10 chunks away from the base of the ladder. Which means that as I stand here, since our server only keeps 10 chunks loaded at a time, and that's 10 chunks as a radius, that's just a server setting that can be set. And 10 is the default, so unless your server has changed that, it'll also be 10. And single player, it depends on your render settings, but no less than 10. So, at least I believe that's correct. Somebody can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong there. But if you do correct me, cite your source. All right. So I'm more than 10 chunks out. So this is the 10 chunk border. So I don't want to have anything beyond here that the player is going to stand on, or at least that I expect the player to stand at while at the Enderman farm. So this is the extreme edge of the space, which of course I don't want to start building here. I want to start building in several more blocks in case I decide I need to add extra space, but I don't want to go a crazy amount further, because any further than this and I'm really just creating myself a longer track to make. And you know, who wants a longer track? Not me. Now I cited how important it is to have your world at the bottom, your track at the bottom, and so that you're loading as few vertical chunks as possible. But there is an advantage of going up a few blocks Specifically, maybe you want to have some redstone, or maybe you're going to have a track system, or return ender pearl track, or something that you want to be able to hide later. And maybe it's something you don't even think about right now, but I'm going to go up, let's see, let's say for maybe 5 or 6. Let's go up to there. This will provide me with enough future-proofing for things that other server members think about, or things I want to add in the future, or whatever. It'll also allow me to have an underground redstone room that has enough room for me to redstone, and also for me to be able to get underneath there without having to destroy blocks. So I'm just going to go ahead and box that in for the time being, just as a marker. Everything that I built today is probably going to be a marker. Sorry if you can hear my heater coming on. It is cold where I live right now, and I need the heater on. So yes, we're going to have that on. I'm just going to box that in. This is just so that to help people as they're going up and down the stairs, so they're not going to get themselves killed. Because dying because you fall off the stairs is not the funnest thing in the world. Let's see, something like that. There we go. There we go. Now you can't fall off the stairs. Now you can't fall off the stairs. Okay. The pathway, you can still fall off the pathway, so be careful on the pathway, Vanilla Woods members. Alright, this is going to be where we will have all the stuff. We will probably eventually raise the pathway up to this level-ish, but until I create an entryway and I know where that should be and decide what the tunnel should look like, I'm not going to stress about it. Until I probably have something out here anyway, I'm most likely going to be the only person coming out here. Unless people are going to be nice and come give me presents. Come give me presents! Okay. So now we need to decide what it is that we are going to build. And if you remember, I was working on an Enderman farm back on the old Beta Eartho Season 2 world. That's an old vanilla world I used to play on. And I called it the EnderStation. And so I think what I want to build is the EnderStation 2.0. I learned a lot from building that project, and I'm not going to do the same thing because it was quite cumbersome the way I was doing that, and I created a few problems. So I'm not going to do the exact same thing, but I do want to create not just an Enderman farm that's all all function, no style. I do want to make something that looks kind of cool. So, I've got what I think is kind of a neat idea for a structure, and I just need to come up with some sizes. So I'm going to take myself to mineconics.net. I believe it's .net. I'll correct myself if I'm wrong in a minute, and verify what sizes of shapes that I want to utilize, and I'll be right back once I know what size to make the first few shapes. Alright, so this looks pretty good. This looks like about the right size. And so I'm going to just connect the shape a little bit here. It's important that I keep everything lit since I'm not, I'm in, there's nothing else loaded except for this area, at least here in the end. Kyle and Cabby are online, so they're loading the overworld, but if you see here, my loaded entities are 1. That is me. I'm the only entity in the world. You can see if I throw down a potato, I'm now looking at the other entity in the world, and now that entity has stacked back inside of my inventory. So, yes, there's nothing in this world, so if I leave anything dark, there's a second entity. I've still left the pathway dark somewhere. Somewhere down the path you can see there's an entity down that direction. So yes, you can. So yes, it's dangerous in this environment, but that's alright. So we just gotta make sure everything stays well lit. So this is gonna be our first platform. We're gonna use this for initially for storing our building materials, it'll get transitioned at a later date out of building materials, since obviously once this is built, we won't need that anymore. But that's what that'll be for to begin with. Now, you can cover everything with water, and then you could build the Enderman platform right here if you wanted to. But I don't want to have this covered with water. I want to have a nice viewing platform so we can see the beautiful build that I'm going to make. So in order to make sure Endermen don't get on here, I have to keep them 32 blocks away from this part of the build. So we're going to go out 32 blocks, which is a half stack. And we already placed one block, so we can go 31 more blocks. And just make sure everything stays lit on our way out. I'm probably overlighting, but that's not really a huge concern of mine at the moment. If I was worried about it, I could probably just watch the numbers and place a torch every so often. Alright, so that's 32 blocks out. We're just going to go right here is where the Enderman platform is going to start. Now the Enderman platform is not going to be a circle. I can barely see that, but that's only because I am not rendering 10 chunks. And I can turn probably that on while I live here in the end. So I can see to that platform, which is great. Is there a void fog in the end? Because I feel like I should be able to see further than that. Nope, I don't think there was, because we have open access to the sky. Oh well. And back down. Okay. So this section, this will all get covered in water, and this pathway, when we end up building it for real, this will get covered in water so that Enderman can't teleport onto these environments. From here on out, this is going to be Enderman safe zoned. And what I mean by that is we are going to need to do 2 high ceilings, 2.5 at most. That way Enderman cannot get inside of here, and all the ceilings will need to be covered with water. So yeah, now this section of the build, we can go about doing a number of different ways. We're going to need a little bit of room underneath for mechanics, hoppers and hopper chests and things like that, and we're going to need a little bit of room above, because we don't want to have to go out to, say, out to that pod to, I don't know, maybe enchant or something like that. We want to stay here in this pod. So I need to decide on a size. What comes into play here is how big do you want the Enderman farm to be. The most efficient farm design is a straight line. And that just comes from efficiency and how many building materials and whatever else. So it kind of limits your design choices. We could build a circle here, and most of the circle would be empty with a line kind of running down the middle. We could build a rectangle here, and just kind of a rectangle around the line. Or we could build a giant square, which is just another kind of rectangle, and that would provide a lot of empty space. Or we can build a diamond, which I think is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a diamond, but with the edges cut off. So we're going to go out 3 blocks here, 1, 2, 3, and then I'm just going to go straight diagonal for a little while here, until I feel like I've created enough space. Again, keep this lit. And then I'm going to go over the same amount of distance and create this diagonal. So it's going to create kind of an uneven octagon, if you will, which will hopefully allow us, kind of maximize the internal space while minimizing the space waste. So I'll make a shape, and I'll be back in just a sec. Alright, so I got the shape all laid out, and I'm pretty happy with it. This is a center. Now, it is an odd shape, because there's a straight center line. That's 3, and that's 3. And at the end of the day, the Endermen are going to be falling onto a 2-wide platform, which, that's not quite so great to have an odd or an even sitting inside of an odd, but I'm not going to stress about that all that much, because the whole rest of the build, the shapes I'm planning on using will be easier if they're odd, so this will be the one time when I'm going to use an even is here actually in the killing chamber, and we'll just design around it, and I think it'll be fine. I don't think it's really going to cause a problem. Now, with the size of this shape that I designed, I'm interested in finding out how wide this Enderman chamber is going to be, or how long this stripe will be. So there's center. So in addition, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then we need a little bit of walking space here. So let's call it 10. So that's 10 wide, which that's pretty good. That's this direction. There'll be another 9 on that side, so that'll be 19. And that's not a problem. To keep the Enderman wiring simple, you really can't go beyond 30, but this is well inside of that barrier, so I'm not worried about it at all. We're going to have plenty of space, and it's going to be plenty wide enough to be efficient. I'm just going to, out of the sake of making things symmetrical and all that goodness, place the rest of these blocks. I was not counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One extra. And that'll go out to there, and that'll be the edge. Like that. And then we'll have walking space on this side as well. So that looks pretty good. So they'll come down here, kill all your Endermen, all the Ender pearls will get collected, you'll get all the experience, and then you'll have some sort of space in here to do enchanting or repairing or whatever it is that you're into with experience. I don't judge. Okay? So that is that chamber, and I think I'm pretty happy with that. That is going to work out fantastically well. But now you can see my cobblestone reserves are starting to dwindle. So are my wood reserves, since I've had to make more torches. And as part of that, my coal reserves doing okay. I have more than half of what I brought with me. But we need to start addressing these problems. So I need some tools for building. And I'm not talking about like picks and shovels and swords and things, because all I need are stone picks. That's going to work for me just fine for building this project, since I'll probably take a swan dive into the void a few times while building this project. I don't want to bring out diamond or even really iron. I don't think that there's a necessity for that. Yes, scary cave noise. I get it. You're very noisy. So I'm going to build a few things that will help me not have to run back and forth. Almost fell into the void there. Not have to help me jump quite back and forth quite so often to the overworld. And this is why I wanted to keep my lava buckets and my water buckets. I need just a very basic, very simple cobblestone generator. And so that is what I'm going to build. Now, I'm just going to put, I don't need a hole there, what I need is, this is part of what I was talking about sometimes you needing space underneath your build. And sometimes you just need, because I only need this hole to be 1 deep right here. So we'll torch that, and just like that, there we are. Place our safety rail back down. And so we're just building a very simple, oh, that was in the right place, cobblestone generator. If I can remember how it goes together. I think it's actually like this. Here we go. I think that is right. Something like that. And that looks about right to me. We actually need another hole right here, and we'll go ahead and cover that up while we're thinking about it. Just because I don't want to have to remember that that hole is empty. I only really need one side at this point, but this is a two-sided cobblestone generator, just in case somebody decides they want to come help me. This will provide them with the opportunity to do so. I have to remember which side goes which. This side goes the water, flows into the holes. This side goes the lava, and it flows down and makes cobblestone. And I believe if you knock that out, there we go. There's our cobblestone generator. I put the player pouch on the wrong side. The player pouch should actually go right there. What I mean by the player pouch is the player can just sit right here and just collect, collect, collect. I probably should put a hopper right there, which will just increase, it'll catch more of the drops. You can put a hopper and then you can put a chest right where I'm standing, so that it catches more of the drops. Because sometimes with this mechanism, without that, it will burn up in the lava. But this will give me infinite cobblestone, and I'm just going to safety it up a little bit here so I don't accidentally kill myself with it. But I want to know that the lava is there, so there we go. Can't burn myself. I'm a happy camper. That'll work just great. I'm going to go ahead and fix this side while I'm thinking about it. Again, just in case anybody decides to come help me build at all. Like Paul might come and help me build this a little bit, and we would need a two-person cobblestone generator. So there we go, two-person cobblestone generator. Now the other thing that I'm going to need, I don't have the materials for, and that's just a very basic tree farm. All I'm going to need for that, though, is going to be dirt and saplings, so I'm not going to bother making you guys watch me do that, because it's really not that interesting. And we're about out of time for today anyway, so thanks for watching. If you like this video, do leave a like. It encourages me to make more and to use words that make sense to people who speak English. And it also helps other people find me on YouTube so that the videos that you like can get found and enjoyed by others. Anyway, I'm Mondef. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.